those of us who were stopped, have suppressed emotion, not allowed to express yourself, sometimes we go to the other extreme. So we discover, okay, we can express it. It needs to be acknowledged. It needs to be expressed and all of that. And that's great. But it's important to remember that's just a stepping stone. Paige's question is how to deal with deep emotions, i.e. fear and anger, that have been repressed but are now surfacing. How to replace beliefs that don't serve without making them dig in harder. So great question, Paige. Thank you for that. So I know that I recommended to you to do the due justice technique. So I don't know if you've had a chance to do that yet. That I would say is the very first and the main thing for you to do, the top priority. So if you haven't yet done it, do the due justice technique. I've given you the link, but we'll put the link in the comments as well for everybody else, because that is going to give that part of you closure. The second piece to do here is imagine you've got a child with you who is feeling these emotions of fear and anger, and they have been repressed in that child all this time. And now that child is starting to express them. How would you treat that child? So what would you say to her, and how would you behave with her? So, presumably you'd reassure her, you would give her the acknowledgement. So, you've every right to feel these feelings. Absolutely. So acknowledge and justify and reassure. The piece that a lot of people, so those of us who were stopped, have suppressed emotion, not allowed to express yourself, sometimes we go to the other extreme. So we discover, okay, we can express it. It needs to be acknowledged. It needs to be expressed and all of that. And that's great. But it's important to remember that's just a stepping stone. You don't want to stay there. So you don't want to stay in that state of anger and fear being expressed. You want to express it, acknowledge it, and then move forward. So using that sort of idea of the child with you, you certainly want to acknowledge the child, with respect, reassure the child, and then you want to help that child come out of it, not leave them there. So you would, sweetie, I'm so sorry, you're right, and that shouldn't have happened, and hug and all of that. Okay, and so now, are you ready to go and have some fun? So, and a big part of being ready to change those memories to move forward will be doing the due justice technique. All right, so that's going to help that child feel, that child part of you feel that they've been acknowledged and justice has been done, and now it's safe to move forward with changing. So I hope that helps. If you need more, put your name again on the list, and if you're able to attend live, we can do a bit of back and forth. I can ask you more questions and take you through the process a little bit more.